Flippin' Steve. Monday morning here in the 302. Shout out to my boy Ross Krabs from the 302. This is a guy who broke into the casino business with me and then during COVID went out and started his own seafood business. Epic. Anyway, guys, it is Monday morning, like I said, and that means it's time to ship out my packages. I had 2 eBay auctions ending last night. The first card is the awesome looking PSA 9 LeBron James Spectra Solar Eclipse Pop 7. I own 2 of these now, as you saw in my last video. However, I got my buns waxed on this one.
Assume the position. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
I bought this on PWCC. In fact, I did an entire video on it where I thought buying it on PWCC and putting it on eBay would work out for me. However, I paid $1,000 for it, and it went on eBay auction at $960. After fees on the LeBron, I'm looking at a beat down of about $175. Luckily, my boy, Kyler Murray, also ended at auction last night at $280. He was there to cushion my fall. I bought that card for $125, going to net like $240 out of it. So I'm looking at $125 profit on the Kyler Murray, which puts me on the 2 auctions that ended last night at around a negative $60. I've been showing a lot of wins and a lot of victories lately, but I got to be real. I take losses, and there you go. There's a loss. My 2 auctions, that's all I ran this week, were negative $60 combined. But what it'll do is it'll free up some money. I'll use that money and try to make a win out of whatever I buy with it. One other super annoying thing about that LeBron James auction, other than the fact that I just feel like it underperformed, sometimes that just happens, is I had a buyer the first day that I listed it, and they shot me a message on eBay, what's your best? That was it, what's your best? You're not going to get an answer out of me when I'm the seller and you're asking me what's my best. In that position, you as a buyer, and this goes for anybody out there, I'm just trying to be helpful, you need to make your offer. You don't just come at a buyer and say, what's your best? And then immediately after that auction ended, I was messaged by that same person who said, oh man, I missed that auction. If the buyer doesn't pay, I'll be willing to buy it. I then told them I had a second copy, and they immediately said, what's your best? I kind of find it hard to believe that they just missed that auction. I don't know what they missed. Did they miss the timing on it? Did they miss the bid button? Did they just feel like I'm hoping to get it cheaper? I really don't know. I was kind of hoping that 2 or 3 people would kind of go at it on the end for that card because it is rare. And this one person, rather than bid and my auction going up, they decided that they were just going to try to buy it if the other buyer backed out of the deal, in which case I wouldn't have sold it to this person. I'd really like to hear some of your opinions on that below in the comments. Luka PSA 9 Silver that I acquired in the Sam Darnold trade also arrived and has been sold. Luka Silver was sent to me in this black slab bag. I think it's pretty cool looking, but I'm not sure what the buyer will think, so I'm going to go ahead and transfer it over to a new clear one. What do you guys think? I'll throw this in the package just in case they want to change it back over. I said it would be as good as cash, and I would probably net around $400 for it, ending the Sam Darnold deal. And it did. It sold on my slabs for $420, limited fees, very quickly sold. I knew it was highly liquid. One thing I'd like to stress is that if you can't move a card for cash, but you can get into a highly liquid card that's almost as good as cash. I never say anything is 100% as good as cash, but you can get really close. Just go ahead and make that deal. It'll take a little bit more time, a little bit more work, but you'll stop pulling your teeth on trying to sell cards that are tough for you to move, and you'll get into something that you can move really quickly and get that cash. Got to ship out the Andrew Lincolns, bought and sold from the Philly show. You saw that in my Philly show recap. I'm going to dress these up in some new pro molds because I also talked in a recent video about protecting your cards inside these plastic mags. And a bag to protect the pro mold. It may cost me a couple extra bucks to do something like this, but the repeat business and the reputation that it gives me as a seller is priceless. In this last package, I'm going to ship out a special card that has a story behind it, which is going to bring me to the main topic of this video. All these shipping materials that are being reused. I've got to go to the post office, and I'm going to need you to keep this house on lockdown, all right? You've got all your toys out, the hedgehog, the dragon, and the blue bunny. This part of the video is going to be in live drive format because this is where I feel like I can be the most raw, and this is where I feel like I speak my mind the most without giving a shit. And the other day, a content creator, sports card content creator, mind you, put out a video talking about why sports card content creation sucks and it all needs to be better. And in this video, they decided that they wanted to flash a thumbnail of our channel. And yes, I consider this to be our channel because we've been through a lot together here, and I will get into that later. but he put that on his video. And usually I don't care about this type of shit. I believe that critiquing people's content is a good thing. And I don't think you should like or dislike everybody's content or all of any one content creator's videos, because they're all going to be different. But the one thing is, respectfully watch and then give your opinion. I commented on one of his rants and commented that one of the most important things to me is being relatable and being authentic to your viewers, and creating that relationship that brings people back. Not necessarily the subject matter that you're talking about, or the editing, or the production. That was other knocks that he was taking at people, was their lack of hard work and their lack of production. In fact, he responded to me with, there's more to being likable, which is not even a word that I said. I said relatable, which doesn't always mean likable. And that hard work needs to be involved, and that information needs to be involved. And this immediately told me that this jackass doesn't even watch my channel, because you guys know I do my best to do research and give you information and show you guys what I'm doing on a daily routine. I don't just do stuff willy-nilly. And everything that I do, I share with you guys. You see the information and things that I do. And what is his definition of hard work? My definition of hard work is my family, my job, my friends, the hobby, my content. In fact, you guys saw in my last video where I put myself through a complete grind because I wanted to be able to go to the Philadelphia card show. So the nerve to judge somebody's work ethic is just a bunch of bullshit to me, when they don't even have any idea of what the individual's day-to-day life is all about. This immediately told me that they're using my thumbnail in their content and critiquing me, and they haven't even watched my content. I can tell that this is just a blind fool that didn't even watch anything that they were talking about. What they did was they took the easy route and searched YouTube, flipping sports card news and things, and just splashed all kinds of people's different thumbnails all over the video. And this wasn't necessarily directed towards me. In fact, my thumbnail might have been flashed up on the screen for like 2 seconds. Fact remains that I think that this is a person who is trying to be helpful, but yet they're a hypocrite to all the things that they say. Telling me in their response that not wanting to make my content better is being closed-minded. The most closed-minded thing that I can think of is telling everyone that they need to conform to some standard, and that all content needs to somewhat be the same and perfect. That, to me, is the most closed-minded mindset that one can have. All right, guys, small rant over. I've spent enough energy on this, and I don't want you guys to spend any more energy on it either. That's why I'm not mentioning any names. This is what this person wants. What I would prefer for you guys to do is go to the comments below and don't comment ignore the haters, because believe me, I am going to ignore the haters. What I want you to comment is a memory or something from the channel that you've taken away that has either helped you, entertained you, or made you laugh, anything. Made you think of a certain someone, helped you in your hobby journey somewhere. Comment something like that below. That's what I want to see. Now back to this as our channel and why I truly believe that. We've been through a lot. We've been through a pandemic. Started this channel during COVID. You guys have been there with me through job promotions. You've been there with me through the death of my grandfather, who was my childhood hero. You guys have been there with me through my brother's accident, and people still contact me and ask me how my brother is doing. You guys have been there recently with me as I moved into a new home. You guys were with me when my 2 dogs passed away a couple years ago. There's just so much. I could go on and on and on. You guys have been with me at every single national that I've been to. Whether you've been there physically or you've just been there through my videos, you guys have been at the shows with me. I'm not afraid to dress up like a fool and put on a big black curly wig to try to get a laugh or try to brighten somebody's day who's watching my content. Also not afraid to put my heart on my sleeve and get emotional and cry and break down in front of you guys, because I've done that in the past. My videos here recently have been me welcoming you guys into my home. I don't sit and film all my YouTube content in the same place. I film throughout my house. You see my dog. You've been grocery shopping with me. You've cooked with me. You've even been on vacations with me when I've shot footage from vacations, live streams, and videos. And there's so much more that I'm forgetting. I just feel the real connection to my viewers. When I look at my subscribers, and it's something that I never, really had pride on building a big subscriber count. But what I cared about was my engagement. And you guys have been monsters. My viewers to my subscriber ratio is really, really good for a YouTube content creator. And that's because you guys care enough about what I have to talk about. You care about my life and not just the hobby. And in turn, it makes me care about you guys, and it makes me respect you guys. And when somebody wants to ramble on about the channel, I take it personally at times, because I don't only feel like it's an attack on me and my content, but I feel like it's an attack on my viewers. And my viewers I consider to be my friends. Back to the card in question. There is a content creator out there that you guys are all familiar with him that has become a personal friend of mine. He's invited me into his home, has introduced me to his family, and we've become really good friends, not just on a content level, but on a personal level. And he recently put out a video when his son had a birthday. All right, and I'm late to the party here because I wanted to get a gift for his son that was going to be special, and I had to wait and get the right card that I wanted to find. And he is just now getting his son into sports cards, and they're Saints fans, all right? Dead giveaway on who this person is. But anyway, I'm not going to mention any names in the video, but I wanted to find a card that would be a good connection for a father and a son. Not only that they could relate to because it was the favorite team, but they could relate to as a father-son moment, you know, with the whole subject matter of his son getting in the cards and them starting to share their experience and grow in the hobby together now. So I went out and I picked up this Drew Brees Topps Allen and Ginter autograph that has a picture of Drew Brees holding his son. This is the iconic photo of Drew Brees after winning the Super Bowl, holding his son on the field in celebration. And I thought it was a great card to be a symbol of a father-son bond, as this was probably one of Drew Brees' most proud moments in his life. Not only his victory, but to be able to be sharing it with his family. So I thought that this card would be a good gift to start someone on their collection that has a relatable story and a feeling behind it. And hopefully the young man receiving the card appreciates it and likes it and understands the meaning behind it. Handwritten letter, little sticker, and this is off to the post office. Hopefully someone will be happy. And speaking of friends in the hobby, and something else in my life that you guys have been there with me through recently, and that is the injury to my foot, which is now getting better. But I got to shout out my buddy Michael Ham. I don't make it through the Atlanta Culture Collision show without him. He is a true friend. He was a trooper. He was willing to push me around in a wheelchair. I don't even know if my wife would do that. Every little thing that I needed or that was a struggle for me, he was there to help me out with that. So I thought nothing better to do than to go out and pick up this sweet Allen and Ginter Michael Ham rookie card. Look at him back in his late teenage years. This was probably 1 year after high school graduation. Mama Michael Ham down there developed his wrestling skills in Tampa. He was the 1-2-3 kid. He's let his beard grow out some now, but still very recognizable now in his older age. Michael Ham, 1-2-3 kid, ex-Pac. Hey, the entire video can't be serious now, can it? I'll go ahead and wrap it up with 2 mail day pickups. This is a Metropolis case hit. New York Jets uniform of Aaron Rodgers. These inserts are badass. I actually have one of these that it's already been submitted to PSA when I dropped it off at the Philly show. Picked up another one. And we have a Flamethrowers red. Can never go wrong with numbered and colored match. And this is out of $199. Cheap CJ Stroud rookie insert pickup with all the boxes checked. All right, color match, popular player, budget card, serial numbered. I'll get that one graded as well and try to make some margins. I'm going to end the video there, guys. Thanks for joining me for this one. This one had a little bit of everything in it. If you enjoyed it, great. If you didn't, I'm sorry. Come back for the next video. Maybe you'll like that one better. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourself. Have you moved all day?